Hi and welcome back to the channel. My name is David, and today I'm going to discuss how I go about cleaning my dies. To clean all of my dies, I use Hornady gun cleaner and lube. I'm quite fond of this. It works very well. It works for all types of dies. This here is a Short Action Customs 6.5 Creedmoor full-length resizing die. This here is a Reading competition seating die. And this here is a brand new Wilson seating die. In this video, I'm going to fully clean this. I've never opened it before. It's brand new. As you can see, it has some of the packing oil still on it. My first step is I take everything out of the box. I'm a little OCD, so I save all of the material. The first step for me is I take everything out of the packaging. I first remove everything. I do a brief inspection on it just to make sure it looks like it's in good condition. For this particular install, I'll be installing a VLD stem into the seating die. I'll go into a little bit of an explanation later about why a VLD stem is important, and I'll show you some examples of what can go wrong if you don't use one. Okay, now that we have everything unpacked from the seating die, it's time to disassemble it. I start off by unlocking the seating stem. This is the original seating stem that's used for most bullets that you would be seating. As I mentioned before, we'll be using a VLD seating stem. VLD stands for very low drag. After I disassemble each item, I put it into the pan. And here is the only piece that I don't fully disassemble. I make sure that the hex nut works correctly there. And then I just check to make sure everything is smooth and operational. I don't actually take apart the micrometer system there. There's too many things that could theoretically go wrong with that, and there shouldn't be excess oil inside of that anyways. I make sure I spray everything down with the Hornady gun cleaner and lube. It does an amazing job of being able to break apart the packing oil. I also make sure that I get inside of all of the little cracks and crevices of each of the individual parts. The packing oil can easily get inside of those, and it's just nice to make sure everything's cleaned out. This is also the same procedure I use after something has been used many times inside of the seating press. I will end up taking it back apart and cleaning it real quickly just to make sure everything is in good shape. When cleaning it out, it's important to make sure that you get down inside of the cracks and crevices, because there can be some oil left over inside of it that the gun cleaner lube broke up but didn't fully remove out of it. This helps to just quickly grab it and wipe it off. I'm going to fast forward through a majority of this process. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, I just make sure that I clean off all of the different parts as best as I possibly can, making sure I get off all of the gun cleaner and lube. It'll flash off anyways, but it can sometimes leave a little bit of an oily film if you don't wipe it back off. If you wipe it off now, it does just a fantastic job in being able to get in there and pull out all of that packing oil. Okay, now that that part's done, we can start the reassembly. But before I do that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why VLD stems are important. Recently, a good friend of mine was having an issue with his particular rounds for his 300 PRC. It was showing signs of overpressure as well as wildly inaccurate SDs, ESs, and his results on target were suffering because of it. He gave me several rounds to be able to dissect, take a look at, and try to analyze what the issues were. When I did that, I discovered something rather shocking. You'll notice that this here is a Hornady A-tip 230 grain projectile. This is a standard seating stem, and you'll notice how it wiggles around inside of it. This here is a VLD seating stem, and you'll notice how it fits nicely, and when I try to wiggle it, it doesn't have any play or movement within the stem. When I put it back into the regular stem, you'll notice again how it just basically wanders all around. This can cause a major issue when you're trying to seat the bullet and can cause deformity on the actual projectile. Here are some examples of what I'm talking about. The bullet on the bottom is a brand new Hornady 230 grain A-tip, and as you can see, it looks perfectly fine with no issues whatsoever. The bullet in the center is the same projectile, except for you'll notice a little ring just below the aluminum tip. That ring is caused by pressure building up when seating the bullet. You'll also notice a gold ring near the base of the bullet where it starts to taper. This is a separate issue caused by too high of neck tension, but I'll go into that in a different video. The third bullet, the one on top, is an example of what happens when you have extreme neck tension that's too tight, as well as a regular standard seating sim when you're using a VLD bullet. You'll notice the severe deformity right near the tip, near the aluminum just below it. This can obviously cause major issues with your overall ballistic performance of the bullet, but it can also cause other issues as well. This is why you need a VLD stem. To be clear, if you're not using VLD bullets, you do not need the VLD stem. It'll work perfectly fine for normal bullets. But if you are using VLD bullets, I would strongly recommend that you get a VLD stem for that seating die. It'll help prevent these type of issues. The last thing I want to point out is the very large gold ring on the top bullet. That's caused by severe overneck tension. If you have any more questions about VLD bullets or VLD seating stems, please let me know and I'll do my best to try to answer. Okay, so back to the die we were working on and reassembly. I'm going to go ahead and insert the VLD sim into the seating die, into the upper portion of it. And once I get it to approximately to where I think it needs to go, I'm going to go ahead and lock that down. It does not need to be a high amount of torque, it just needs to be secure. You don't want to actually damage the threads on the seating stem. And that concludes the cleaning and assembly of a brand new seating die. The same process and procedure is used for a full-length resizing or any other type of die. I hope you found this video informative and takes out some of the mystery about cleaning dies. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing, as I'll be continuing to put out more information on my entire reloading process, as well as product reviews. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.